But we were watching some of these funny videos about like inflation, the Fed. We
Yeah,
were reading some doom porn about like financial catastrophe
Arthur
looming on the
Hayes.
yeah, like everything is going down. Um, we had seen like this big article that Bloomberg had come out with, which was pretty tone deaf, and I don't know what they were thinking saying that
Oh my
because
God.
they were saying, inflation hurts people
You
with
got
less than three hundred
so
thousand.
you gotta hunker down and buy money. It's
If
basically
if
like
if you don't make 300,000, inflation might be impacting you. And I'm
it's
like, who are
yeah, it's
they're talking to
basically
almost everyone.
it's
Is their readership all rich
yeah,
CEOs?
like -1%. It's basically like don't buy avocado toast. Like,
Yeah.
save your money, don't buy your coffee. Basically like instead of meat, buy lentils or eat lentils. Like
No, and kill your dog.
yeah,
Yeah, the memes were
don't pay for cancer treatments for your dog. Don't drive. But then they push Biden's like everyone should return to work. Like
yeah. And I mean,
that's hard to do with gas prices
the
increasing.
article that I was reading was Zero Hedge, which I like to read, although some people say they might be, I don't know, typical smear this or that. That I don't know. Brian said he heard that they were from Ukraine or something.
No, they were I mean the US government like said that he was connected to Russia or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
But
knowing or like
I
some
mean, some of the stuff they post isn't even
pushing
necessarily from
propaganda.
them writing about it. And this was obviously like a crazy worst case scenario where they were looking at stagflation maybe setting in, where even though we raise the rates really high, um, basically still inflation is going to keep going. And then if we don't raise the rates are going up. I think that there's another what, six priced in.
Yeah, so this week we got our first rate hike where people are like the Fed was, scaring people and saying they're going to raise it by 50 points, but then they only raise it by 25 points. So to soften the blow or to like not spook the market. But
And
I
then
think
that was when actually a lot of buying happened. So both the
yeah,
S&P and crypto kind of bounced up.
that
I
was
think
the
people
crypto
were trying to
bounce.
say that people were like happy that they were doing something, and like, but also that it wasn't too drastic. I mean, it's going to be weird though cuz I think the tug of war that they were saying in the Zero Hedge article of raising interest rates to try to tame inflation, which is probably double what they officially say. The consumer price index is up above 10%, and they're trying to say that it's actually 20% if you use different metrics. And it obviously hits poorer people the hardest. Meanwhile, they have this, Bloomberg article being like, if you're under 300K a year in salary, which if you're from a foreign country, which I know we have some listeners in India, shout out India, um, 300K is like a ridiculous sum of money to expect
Yeah.
the average reader to have. And then them telling you to eat lentils and stuff. Like, it'll be interesting to see if they really start hurting the recovery with raising inflation rates faster, or if they just let inflation kind of run out of control. And you kind of got to pick your poison, and it's just a tug of war balance, basically.
Yeah, it's tough with the oil prices going up and
Yeah.
then Arthur Hayes wrote another
Well,
fearful
in
article.
China, they're shutting down some of the stuff, which is where production happens. So supply chain will get hurt
The
even more
the
so.
the kind of hypocritical thing is that like Russia like is provides us with most of our gas in Europe and like oil, and so it's like we can't completely cut them off otherwise like where we don't have gas to heat our homes or
Well, and it's not
fuel.
us necessarily, but it's more like Germany. And it's like, even if we decide that we're not going to spend money on Russian stuff, the Germans are going to keep doing it. And then, they had a deal with India where India is now paying for Russian oil with rupees, and they're exchanging rupees and rubles. Which the reason this is a big deal is because before everything was traded in the dollar, especially for energy, which was, oil. And so now, if these governments create secret deals between their currencies, and they can tie it to the dollar, but they can pay in their own currencies, and suddenly the dollar is less important and has less significance on the bigger scale. So,
Well, didn't they allow China to use the yuan?
yeah,
Like
and they're
at the
also
same
doing that
thing?
as well. But they were reporting that India's been taking in large shipments of underpriced, discounted Russian oil to keep the economy running.